Hey guys, Bobby Judo. I'm caving in today and I'm going to do a self-intro video. So if you're just here for the Japanese or the food, please come back next time. If you are one of the people who's been asking me questions or is curious about who I am and what I'm doing in Japan, then this one is for you guys. I'm going to tell you as much as I'm comfortable telling you, which is probably still going to be more than you wanted to know. So here we go. My name is Jeff. I am almost 26. I'll be 26 on November 6th. I am American. I was born in Missouri, raised in South Florida. I went to school at the University of Florida, go Gators, where I majored in English. My family was never really big on traveling when I was a kid, so I always wanted to. And in school, I knew that I wanted to live abroad, and I was vaguely aware of some good job programs in Japan. And for someone who wanted to see the world and didn't have any money, I still don't have any money, it seemed like a really great deal. So I checked it out, and I needed a foreign language to graduate anyhow, so I figured Japanese might come in handy down the road. So I took Japanese for beginners. Then I finished school when I was 21, and I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I ended up moving to New York to see what that was like. And I still wanted to stay competitive in case I decided to go for the Japan route. So I volunteered in Chinatown, and that was my first English teaching experience. It was really cool. I was teaching high school kids, and they found out that I cooked, and they would ask me to bring in different dishes almost every other week. And they were all like fresh off the boat and really, really honest about what they thought. They'd be like, "This is weird." I made chicken pot pie for them once, and I had some kids pick off the pie crust and eat that and leave the rest. That was probably my first lesson in humility in the face of Asia. I also worked at a sushi bar in New York, and I never really got to practice any of my Japanese there because there was only one Japanese guy who worked there. But I got to listen to him talk, and I think that really, really helped my ears get used to native Japanese speech. I know a lot of people get here, and the stuff that they hear on the street is not what they were doing in the classrooms, and it takes a month or so to adjust to that. But I think I was really lucky to have my ears accustomed to native speech when I got here. It really kind of helped me just hit the ground running. But yeah, after some time in New York, I made up my mind. I sent in my applications. I got a job as an ALT, an assistant language teacher. I bought some suits, I came to Tokyo for training, and then I got shipped to Saga, which is in Kyushu, right between Fukuoka and Nagasaki. I've been in Saga since August of 2006, so just over 3 years. I did 2 years of my original contract, then I went home to see my family for a few months, and then I came back in December of last year. I came back to sit the JLPT, and I didn't have a job, but I knew I wanted to stay again. So I had like a 4-month period where I was studying and doing odd jobs. I think I did some freelance translation. I worked mornings at a bakery where they had me putting weird stuff in bread, like tuna and corn and potatoes, and spraying mayonnaise all over the pizza. I learned a lot there, not about mayonnaise on pizza, but about making bread, because I had never ever done any kind of baking or bread making before. So that was really cool. Then I started working at a restaurant at night, and then I got my current job as an ALT again, and I'm about halfway through year 1 in a new school. I still work at the restaurant on weekends though, so if you're ever in Saga. I teach at middle schools and elementary schools, and I've done some private adult classes as well. I've done cooking classes in Japanese, cooking classes in English, and cooking classes for toddlers in English. And some other stuff like that. It's easy to find those kinds of side jobs in Japan for surplus income. Some people frown on it though. Some people don't think you should be charging people for English conversation. But my opinion is that if you're actually trying to teach them and you're a decent teacher, then there's nothing wrong with it. To sum up my Japanese experience, because that's probably what I get asked about the most, I had 1 year of the basics in a formal setting, and then 3 years of immersion. And I think immersion is clutch. I've had great friends who acted as teachers along the way, and I'm just really interested in language, so I actually like studying most of the time. Living in a rural area has also helped a lot because I had to use Japanese in my daily life. As a result, though, I've picked up a lot of dialect, and not just one dialect, but a mixture of Hakata Ben from Fukuoka, Saga Ben, and Karatsu Ben. And I don't always know which one is which, so my speech is peppered with these little inflections and conjugations that make me sound like I don't know where I'm from. Working part-time jobs gave me a much, much better grasp of keigo, the polite, respectful, humble Japanese that's very confusing and complex. And online stuff. The Daily Yoji, which is a Japanese language trivia site that my friends and I run. If you look at where I was when I started posting and where I am now, you can really see the progress and the difference. Having a forum to just put stuff out there, to try, and to work with others and to get feedback without having to be too embarrassed about saying something dumb or having your joke fall flat, it's really nice. Lang8 is another great website for that. You can find my page on there. But I still have all kinds of things that I need to work on, tons of stuff that I don't know. I'm pretty weak at kanji, and I have this long history of bad experiences that I don't have so much trouble with grammar anymore, but vocab is what gets me, especially vocab that I don't usually get exposed to. So when I try to do something that takes a lot of specialized terms, like open a bank account or buy insurance or I don't know, but I have a mental block now where I can't function in banks or post offices. It's a combination of my vocab deficiency, the ridiculous of Japanese bureaucracy, and then the way customer service people treat foreigners. But I just lock up and I end up feeling completely worthless. When really, Japanese post offices, your system is stupid. Why should I have to pay an extra 500 yen if there's a postcard in the box? I just want to send it. Just send the box. That was irrelevant. What else? I really like cooking, and I've had great experiences sharing recipes and learning new techniques here, so it's kind of my overriding goal to get to where I can open my own place someday, preferably in Japan. I like it here, and the kind of stuff that I cook would stand out, while it wouldn't really stand out back home. In pursuit of that goal, I'm doing anything I can to get my name and my face out, like this, and also I'm trying anything I can to make money. I needs that capital. But I see myself staying in Japan for a while. I think that about covers it. If you've got any other questions, please leave them, and come back next time for more Japanese and more food. See ya!